Follow live around the world to Luton Town fans celebrating a 2-0 victory over Accrington Stanley this afternoon. Nathan, your thoughts on that 90 minutes?
Real professional performance, away from home against a side that would have started above us going into the game. Coming here, it's a difficult place to play. There's always a good side, Stanley, at this level. So to come here and to be relatively comfortable in a 2-0 win, I'm delighted, really delighted.
And it came about from goals in the first half, which is the first time we've seen away from home this season. James Collins on the end of a great Ollie Lee header, but what a cross from Dan Potts after winning the ball on the left flank.
Yeah, look, it's a great, we had a little bit of pressure then. It was a great ball in, great arrival from Ollie Lee. We've seen him do that in pre-season at Boreham Wood. And then it's great to Collo, who's Johnny on the spot, you know, in terms of that back post area. But like you said about the first half goal, we're not worried about those kind of stuff. As long as we score and keep clean sheets, that's all we're worried about. And we're relatively high scorers. I would be surprised if we're not the highest scorers in the league, and so on. So we know whether we take it first off, second off, 80th, 90th, 98th minute, we don't care. But look, I think the level of performance today just showed professionalism. It really did. The second half wasn't the most entertaining game, wasn't the most fluent, but we did all the ugly things you have to do to win games away from home, and especially when you come to difficult places.
And particularly good for James Collins, a few games without a goal, and he's there in the right place to find the back of the net. He'll be pleased that he's on the score sheet again.
Yeah, and look, you know, in terms of League Two, you had 3 of the top 6 scorers since 2014 on the pitch today. In terms of Hiltz was top, Collo 3rd, and Billy Key was 5th. So you know, you probably thought he was going to get goals today. So look, we don't care when Collo scores. He's got 7 already, which is probably joint top or wherever it is in the league. So we're worrying about him scoring, not scoring for a couple of games. He's a goal scorer. He'll get goals. And as I said, he's forging a great partnership up there. And the thing with Hiltz, they're humble, they're close. We spoke to them Thursday about pushing and driving each other on, and they both scored again, and that can only be good for the football club.
You've mentioned the second goal there, Danny Hilton from the penalty spot after a lovely training ground routine, corner kick routine, and Sheehan brought down and Hilton converted. Yeah,
look, that's one of Paul Hart's. That's not mine. That's one of Paul Hart's, to be fair, in terms of one he loves doing. But we work hard on our set plays, and as I said, we've asked the players to really concentrate. We do extra session, you know, on our set plays, and they asked for that actually, not us. So we work hard on our set plays in terms of trying to have variation but quality and being real diligent. And I said that's the second week on the run now that we've scored from set play.
And Danny smashing this one and not a chip down the middle. He planted it into the bottom corner. So,
well, I think that's thanks to Channel 5. If you want to thank Channel 5 for their analysis on Danny Hilton's penalties, we're quite delighted, because it takes the risk element out of it for me, and as I said, he's a good penalty taker. But thank you to Channel 5 and Chris Lumo last year for dissecting his penalties, and we're delighted that he went down the middle.
And it was important at that time of the game to get the second goal and to take control of that first half, wasn't it? After missed opportunities at Morecambe where that didn't happen.
Look, you're not going to win every game, and we had less opportunities, less fluency, less dominance than we did at Morecambe today. But look, as long as the level of performance is good week in, week out, then you're going to pick up points, and that's the only thing. But coming away here, and this was, look, if they asked me, well, you would have had a point here and 3 at Morecambe, or 3 here and 1 at Morecambe, I'd rather the latter, and I'm delighted, because this is a difficult place to come to. They will beat sides, they're a dangerous side, and as I said, I was delighted how professional we were today.
There was one negative from the first half. Dan Potts picking up a yellow card for an off-the-ball incident, which is now 5 for him, so he'll have a suspension. But first of all, your thoughts on the incident, and perhaps surprising there wasn't another card shown to an Accrington player.
If I'm honest, without getting to it, I don't really think they knew what had gone on, but I think because of the melee, because of the amount of players and time, I thought just something had to happen, and I think Pottsy was unfortunate, because he's adamant he's done absolutely nothing. But look, it's one of those things. Pottsy allows us to do something with Pottsy which is needed for a little bit, so he can do that, and it gives someone else an opportunity. As I said, he's been in great form, but to have the squad that we got, we need to be tested, and we will.
And second half, as you would expect, come under a bit more pressure, but the defence holds solid, and once again your skipper at the back involved on everything being pushed up, and behind him Steck again, another superb performance.
Look, I thought they were all magnificent in terms of limiting, you know, they didn't get in behind us, we defended well, they put balls in our box, but we don't mind that, you know, because we've got a decent back four that can head it and win balls and things, so we're wasn't really worried about that. But look, you're going to come under a little bit of pressure in any kind of game, especially at this level. But I thought we saw it out very, very well, and I said came strong, couldn't nick one on the counter with Danny Hilton and things. But look, it's a real professional performance. I said we weren't fluent, we didn't dominate the game in any way, but when we needed to be, we were clinical, and then we defended at the right times.
And you're standing here in front of us, soaked through to the skin. It's been very wet. You can obviously sympathise, therefore, with the hundreds of Luton fans that were standing out on that terrace for 90 minutes as well.
Nah, I don't sympathise with them. They've just come in. They saw their team give them everything. That's what being football, that's what being a football fan's all about. And I said they were brilliant once again. You could hear them. I think I wouldn't like to say how many we had, but we were over just a quarter. 500. Well, we were a quarter of the crowd, and away at Accrington's a fantastic following. It really, really is. And that's magnificent. We thank them for it, but as I said, I don't think any one of them be moaning about being cold or wet or things this afternoon, because I think that their players gave them everything. And I said, I'm not going to sympathise with them. I'm going to say thank you for supporting us, but have a safe journey home.
Thanks very much, Nation.
Cheers.
Cheers.